High costs involved while transacting using digital platforms still affect the country's target of achieving e-commerce. Scattered infrastructure also limits younger innovators to come up with relevant financial solutions.
Can't trade more, buy and sell more because they're using cash. It means that therefore it's taking them longer to get out of poverty. So it has affected our overall economy, because if we're looking at an economy which is trying to have less poor people, as long as digital transactions are expensive, we will continue to have more poor people because poor people will not adopt them.
While exhibiting new financial innovations, Fintech Architects decried the high taxes on financial digital platforms, despite the sector being on infantry.
If you're going to drive digital economy, then the operations of being digitally included should be lower. Otherwise, you resort to cash. So that's the big challenge that we've got, and the big opportunity to make sure that we can continue making mobile money as seamless, as simple, and as cost-effective as possible, so that we can move people and move their transactions from cash into digital.
Platforms like mobile money would be a good deal. However, there is a need for interoperability principle to create one-stop center for more inclusiveness.
Level 1 principle looks at governance of these kinds of platforms that is shared. It isn't like one entity that comes up and say, I'm the owner of everything interoperable within this market. We need to look at a level whereby something like this becomes shared, as is even driven by the level 1 principles.
Complications while accessing and subscribing to these digital platforms, especially documents, sometimes scare away potential subscribers.
Now, don't exclude them because they don't yet have a national ID. Have a mechanism in place that says someone without a national ID, maybe your LC writes a letter for you, and then I can at least open for you an account where you can do a maximum of 100,000 shillings every month. At least you brought them the next step. So a principle like that is very important. There is a principle about real time. Prior to mobile money, the bit instant and real time was not existing in our ecosystem. Now, mobile money made things different, whereby you're sending a transaction to someone, you're initiating a transfer, you expect them to confirm within 1 minute that they receive this. Now, we can't take this for granted.
Trying to make sure that there are less poor people and there are more people who are in the formal economy, formalized to some extent economy. We're all driving towards the same point. So all these players have to come together. You can't expect just the private sector to work at it. Even the regulators have to be.
For the attainment of the digital economy, government through regulators and private sector needs to work not in isolation so that no one is left behind in financial inclusion. Abdul Nasser Lubwama, UBC News.